Peter Ostella, come on. All right, how we doing? Very excited to be here. Haven't been out of the house much lately. My wife just gave birth to twin baby girls. Yeah. That Girls Gone Wild commercial, not so funny anymore. It's a little scary. Girls are they're a little scary. First doctor's appointment, pediatrician walks in. He's like, so I have good news. Your daughter has mastered sucking and swallowing and has great head control. I'm like, that's good news? Yeah. My wife was excited though when she found out it was girls, you know. She was like, oh, that's gonna be so cute. I would love to see you with two girls. I was like, yeah, me too. It was tricky though, you know, when she was pregnant, you know, the doctor said, you know, after the second trimester, you can't have sex with your wife. It's like, wow, doctor, it's like 3 weeks away. There's no way I can find a girlfriend that fast. Yeah, it's funny though, because the babies were born premature, so when everybody asks about them now, they're always like, oh, what do they weigh, you know? We're always so excited to tell them, like, oh, they're 10 pounds now, getting bigger every day. And we brag about stuff like, oh, you know, they're getting chubby cheeks, and they're fitting into clothes for a 6-month-old. Like, when does that end? You know, a year, 2 years, what if we kept going? People coming up to my mom, like, so how's Pete doing? Oh, Pete's doing great. He's 5'8", 220, and his pants are 38 waist. He's got some nice man boobs coming in, and his love handles are coming in nicely. We didn't know what we were having, so we used this Chinese birth chart to try to figure it out. Anybody ever hear about this? I guess not. Basically, ancient Chinese people used to take the age of the mother and the month of conception, and based on that, they kind of tell you what you're having. So we did it and said we were having boys. But I never really understood that chart. You know, it didn't make any sense. If I'm Italian and my wife's Jewish, how am I having 2 Chinese boys? There's no surprises anymore with childbirth, though. You know, medical tests, they can tell you the sex. Sonograms, they tell you the features. It's too much. You know, 50 years ago, a child was born, doctor was like, congratulations, it's a boy. And they're like, congratulations, it's a boy. His name is Billy, his eyes are blue, he likes sunsets, walks on the beach, and chocolate souffle. With twins, you have a choice of a scheduled C-section delivery. So think about it, you can schedule the day your child is born. I remember my mom telling me about the story the night I was born. It was so dramatic. She was like, it was a cold January night, and I felt it coming, and I said, take me to the hospital, we gotta have this baby. What the hell am I gonna tell my kids? Let's see, the appointment was at noon, we woke up around 9, had some breakfast, I mowed the lawn, your mom cleaned out the rooftop gutters, went to the hospital around 2, and had you about 2:45. Not dramatic at all. So I feel pretty bad for kidnapped missing people. When you think about it, it's bad enough you're kidnapped, but you know damn well they had no choice in what pictures plastered all over the news. That'd be my worst nightmare. I hate every picture taken of me. If I'm kidnapped, I'll be watching the news like, oh man, they used the New Year's Eve picture? I'm pale and I look wasted. You know, kidnapper would be like, tonight you sleep in the hole, no food. Like whole schmoll, did you see my double chin? Or the worst is when they use one of those posed pictures, like from Sears. It's like, great, how's anybody gonna find me? I have to walk around all day like this. So I bought a new toothbrush the other day. Package said, new comfort grip. Is this really necessary? People that uncomfortable holding their toothbrush for 30 seconds a day? Are you waking up in the morning like, oh, I cannot do that again. You're like debating in front of the mirror, like, well, let's see. I could go all day with terrible breath and offend a lot of people, or I could put up with 30 seconds of thumb pain. Oh, I can't do it, I can't. I'm just gonna floss and gargle. I don't know if you guys have noticed lately with coffee shops, this whole do-it-yourself thing, really starting to bug me. Walked in the other day, I'm like, hi, can I get a coffee with cream and sugar to go? She comes back with a black coffee with no lid. I was like, no, cream and sugar to go. She's like, oh, lids are to the left, cream and sugar is behind you. I was like, get your ass over there then. One place I went into just gave me a cup, pointing me to the coffee machine. I'm like, at this rate, in 5 years, that place is gonna be gone. It's gonna be a cash register and a plantation. You know, walk in there, girls at the register like, we give you a sack and a donkey, and you pick the coffee yourself. All right, well, where do I get this sack and the donkey? Sacks are to the left and donkeys are behind you. So my wife got mad at me the other day because I pronounced croissant without a French accent. She's like, everybody pronounces it with a French accent. It's a French word. I'm like, yeah? You think Joe, the truck driver, is over there going like, yeah, cuz, how you doing? I need 2 coffees, 2 donuts, and a croissant. Or like with people's names, I think he's introduced his friends, like, yeah, this is Joe, this is Rick, this is Bill, this is Alejandro. So, been up late at night a lot with the babies. I've been watching a lot of TV. I've been watching some Behind the Music reruns on VH1. You guys like that show? Yeah, that announcer, man, he's my favorite. That guy can make anything sound dramatic. He probably went in there for a job in the mailroom, and they heard him talk. They're like, no, we're gonna hire this guy. It's like, so what brings you to VH1? My story began when I arrived at Penn Station and quickly looked for a cab. Just a small town boy in a big time city. I gave the driver my last $5 and quickly headed for the door. Broke and alone, I took the elevator to the 25th floor where your secretary offered me a glass of water. I wasn't thirsty, but I drank it anyway. Coming up next, I'll tell you how I walked into your office and sat down, not knowing it was the first step on a long road to stardom. When this job interview continues. Thank you guys.